Hi, Saen Higgins here, and in this video, we're going to talk about how does a tax lien affect buying a house. Did you know a seemingly insignificant tax lien can affect how you buy a house? And this can change or impact your financial life dramatically. Pay attention, we're gonna cover that in this video. This is super exciting. I love this video because the problem is people think what they would qualify as a tragedy is gonna affect their life. In this video, I'm gonna not only show you how this is not a problem, but you can turn this into a life-changing financial upswing for you and your family. That's right. Stay tuned to the very end. Not only am I going to show you how to benefit financially, but how to win dramatically. So stay tuned for that. So let's face it, buying a house is a significant thing for anybody in America. I don't care who you are. I haven't forgotten that. No matter how many homes that I've purchased over the years, buying a house for your personal residence is a big deal for families. Always has been, always will be. That's the American dream. So you go into this situation, you say, hey, I have this tax lien situation on this. Okay, there are different things that you can look at. First of all, you can stand on one side of the cube and look at it this way or get on the other side of it. Tax liens on properties are technically not a big deal. Okay, so if I have a tax lien on a property, okay, let's say I own one over here. This is the beautiful thing about tax lien certificates. They don't show up on your financials. Okay, so having a tax lien on a property is not going to be a significant problem on that. Now, if I have a tax lien against me, like an income tax lien, again, it's still not a significant problem because believe it or not, it would be worse to be late on a credit card payment than to have a tax lien against myself. Because they always have to say, hey, the tax lien has to get paid. It literally will only have an impact if you leave it on there. So, if I'm buying a house and I have a substantial tax lien on me personally, what I would do is I would find a private lender to lend me this money and I would incorporate that in there. Now, they may ask a lot of questions as to how it got to that point. And as long as you've got a good explanation that isn't, I didn't feel like paying the IRS, you're gonna be okay. But here's the other side of that. You need to look at this as an opportunity. And you need to say to yourself, wait a second. There's a bunch of properties all over the country that somebody's forgetting or not paying their property taxes on. And this is your opportunity. So once you start learning with the fact that I can actually invest in these things, you heard that right. Think about this. When the county has a property that failed to pay property taxes, what do? Well, it's very simple. Once they've become delinquent, 1 year on those back taxes, they have the opportunity to offer those up for sale to people like you and I. And they don't care if you filed bankruptcy yesterday. The county will sell them to anybody that wants to purchase them. In return for giving the county that money, the county is going to give you a certificate that bears an interest rate. Somewhere between 16, 18, 25, even 36% on your money. Here's the beautiful thing. The property owner doesn't even know they have this going on. They owe the money to the county. So the county's your workhorse. So when the property owner sells or does whatever they do to satisfy that delinquent property tax lien on that property, it goes to the county. The county sees that you're the lien holder of record and they send you back your money plus that substantial interest. Oh my gosh, it couldn't get any better than that. It gets even better. If the property owner fails to pay those property taxes off within the prescribed amount of time, this is called a redemption period. That can be anywhere from about 1 year on the low side to about 4 years on the high side. So if they don't come in and pay that plus the interest rate, guess what you get to do? You get to become the county and you get to foreclose on the property. And because you're kind of the county, okay, you're eliminating all liens and encumbrances on that property, including mortgages, IRS liens, and everything else. You heard that right. This has been the law in the United States for over 300 years. And the cool thing about it is, it's not a national law. These are state laws. So every single state, including the 13 original colonies, have had these for longer than we've ever been a country. That's how much case law is this. It's very, very solid. So one or two things are going to happen. Either you're going to get your money back plus a substantial interest, or get a property free and clear of all liens and encumbrances. Those are two different ways you can make that happen. Okay, so now we've got the fundamentals down. Okay, now let's go big on this. Okay, there are about 22, 23 states out there that will allow you to buy the property immediately and own it free and clear for just the back property taxes each and every single time. What? Absolutely. So what the county says is, okay, we're going to give the property owner a break. We're going to allow them not to pay their property taxes for 5 years. Nothing happens to the property owner. There's no ding on their credit. There's no financial state, none of that stuff. They're just like, you don't want to pay, you don't want to pay. But if you don't pay within 5 years, we're going to have a public auction, and that list is going to come out 30 days prior to the auction. That way you and I can go look at this and, oh, okay, here's a nice property. Start doing my research on that property. We'll get to there in just a minute. And then I can go to that sale and I can purchase that property. Here's the key. I need to make sure that the property that is going up for sale is a property that I want to own, okay? So when that list comes out, it's not just, oh, cool, let's go to this sale. Back taxes are $15,000 on this property. No, I want to know, what is that property worth if it was completely rehabbed? So A, after rehab value, ARV. So I'm looking at this property going, okay, it's a little rough, because if they're behind on a couple years back taxes, they're probably not taking care of the property. That's not always the case, but let's just assume that going in. I'd rather look at worst case scenario than always look at rose and sunshine, okay? So I'm looking at this thing going, okay, this property, it could probably be worth $350,000 if it's in perfect condition. Right now, I'm probably gonna need to put about $50,000 in it. Okay, great. But they're selling it for $25,000 in back taxes. So what am I willing to pay for this property? Okay, at the auction, on top of the rehab, in order to make a tidy profit. For some reason, my new or beginning or inexperienced investors always want to get these properties at 50 cents on the dollar. That would be great, but that's not always realistic. You got to show up to win. You got to play to win. So I want to make sure my top bid is high enough that I'm going to win, but not so high that I could have bought the property for wholesale anyways. Okay, so I'm going to go in there, I'm going to establish that I've got other videos on that. Okay, if you want other videos on that, the only way to get that is hit the like button and hit the comment button and do all that, and I'll send those out to you, I guess. We'll find those, but I'm not going to go there. Right now, I'm just saying, okay, I want to buy this property for the back taxes. I want to go to the sale, and I want to make all this stuff happen, okay? Here's some more important things you need to understand. How and where and when is the sale conducted? How, meaning, is it live or is it online? Where exactly? Is it at the courthouse, again, or is it online? How do they want the money? Do they need cash right there? There are some counties that if you bid on a property, as soon as they say sold, you go over to the person and pay in cash, cashier's check. There is no 4 o'clock, go to the bank, okay? Most of them have a situation where you can hand them a cashier's check at different denominations. I've got classes just on that alone, or wire the money or what have you. There are a bunch of different ways to get the funds over to the county, which is extremely important. We've gone from you have a tax lien, how is that affecting you to buy a tax lien, to making a ton of money with this situation that you felt is tragic. There are so many ways to look at it. And listen, this epitomizes the term, how you frame it is how you live it. Okay, you can look at it as an opportunity or woe is me. I would prefer for you to look at it as an opportunity, and hopefully you're getting some value. Now listen, there are some things that I haven't had time to cover in this. Don't worry about it. The most important thing you need to understand when approaching it this way is right now I have a free course online that shows you all the ups and downs and how to make big money in this particular strategy. All you have to do is go to the link down below or go to Higgins, Higgins, method.com, and I will give you a course that will walk you from A to Z through the whole process. This is Saen Higgins saying God bless and good luck.